guys, what's up? How are we? My name is Molly. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I release science-backed nutrition videos and health tips every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today I'm really excited to dive into how to beat bloating and how to improve your digestion. So there's millions of videos on how to stop bloating on YouTube right now. Not to throw shade, but these videos are made by people who have never taken a nutrition class usually, don't understand digestion, don't really understand nutrition science. So I'm here to give you science-backed information that will really help you stop bloating and improve your digestive ability. Before I dive in, I just want to quickly go into my story with digestive issues, bloating, and IBS, as well as give a little bit of a disclaimer. If you're experiencing pain, have terrible bloating, terrible cramping, definitely see a gastroenterologist. You want to make sure that nothing is going on that needs medical attention before you start trying things out on your own. So I never really struggled with digestive issues growing up. And about 2 years ago, I had a food poisoning event. I got super sick, and immediately following, I had the worst pain I'd ever experienced. It was terrible bloating. My stomach was completely distended. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't sleep. I was in Austin at the time, and I literally thought that I had ulcers. Like, it felt like this stabbing pain. So as soon as I landed back in Boston, I immediately went to Mass General Hospital emergency room. It was inconclusive. They couldn't find anything wrong with me. So I was referred to a gastroenterologist, and everything came back negative. I didn't have any severe allergies. I wasn't celiac. Although dairy really aggravates my symptoms, I wasn't even lactose intolerant. The only diagnosis he could give me was IBS, and that's super frustrating if you've been given an IBS diagnosis. It really feels like such a cop-out because oftentimes there's really not much you can do for this. You can try the low FODMAP diet, which is pretty restrictive and can help for a certain period of time, but it's not designed to be long term. So I struggled for a long time. I would say 2 years I had bloating almost every day. It impacted my mood, and it really prevented me from doing things that I wanted to do. So in addition to learning about the GI tract and digestion in all of my nutrition science classes, I also started researching on my own, and I went really deep into gut health and learning all about the gut and how it functions and also the ways it dysfunctions. So this video I'm really passionate about, and I'm so excited to share these tips with you because they have absolutely changed my life. Alright, so tip number 1 is keeping a food journal. It's really important to keep a journal of how you feel after you eat your meals, especially if you have IBS or just kind of sensitive digestion. So this really helps me identify my trigger foods, because before you identify your trigger foods, food is scary. You're like afraid of getting stomach pain, you're afraid of getting bloating. It's really important to identify these foods so you're not excluding all these foods unnecessarily, because the more that you restrict your diet, the less you're going to be able to get all of the nutrients that you need to help you digest and to help you properly function. So identify your trigger foods and maybe temporarily take those out, but do not take out entire food groups. This is the biggest mistake so many people with digestive issues make, is take out entire food groups, and that actually doesn't help you. It can really hurt you because if you're not eating enough, you cannot digest your food. So that brings me to tip number 2, which is eating enough food in general. If you're not eating enough food, you don't have the energy to digest, you don't have the energy to rebuild muscle tissue, you don't have the energy to even have a healthy immune system. So this is essential to eat enough for your body. If you're hungry at night, it means you're not eating enough throughout the day. Tip number 3 is staying calm. So our gut is connected to our brain. There's a mind-body connection there. It's called the enteric nervous system. So when we are feeling unstable and anxious, which is totally okay, it happens, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, but staying calm, using self-care tools like self-massage, having a meditation routine, doing a few stretches before bed, noticing when you're feeling overwhelmed, and utilizing some deep breathing techniques is super helpful to help your body tap into that rest and digest response, which helps you really fully digest your food. So I totally notice a difference in my own digestion when I'm going through a stressful period. If I have busy exams, I start to get more bloating, more cramping than I normally would because I'm feeling stressed. Tip number 4 is drinking your fluids outside of your meals. So when we drink a ton of fluids during our meals, it actually dilutes our enzymes, which help us digest our food. So sip water throughout the day, super important to stay hydrated. Every YouTuber will tell you that, but sip water throughout the day and drink most of your water 20 minutes before and 20 minutes after your meals so that you have the most potent digestive enzymes to help you fully efficiently digest your food and avoid bloating and cramping. My next tip is so underrated and sounds so simple, but so many of us forget when we're busy. Sometimes we don't even sit down for our meal. So chewing slowly and mindfully. Your food should be like a soup consistency before you swallow it. When we do this, it allows our body to digest so much more efficiently. There's so much less work to do for our stomach, and we're better able to digest our food, which again will help us beat bloating and cramping. This next tip has probably helped me the most. So I used to eat really big meals and then go a long time without eating, and my meals weren't regularly scheduled throughout the day. So my body didn't know when it was going to get food, and I was getting a lot of food at one time. Eating smaller, more frequent meals has been a game changer. I'll usually start with like some sort of healthy breakfast. I posted a recent video about my 5 favorite healthy breakfasts, so definitely check that out. But I continue to have meals or snacks at least every 3 to 4 hours. And this doesn't mean grazing throughout the day. That's totally not what I mean, like constantly eating. That doesn't help your gut either, because your gut never gets a break. So you really want to try to come up with some sort of an eating schedule, at least while you're having a flare-up, and that will really help you. So instead of eating 2 or 3 large meals, eating 4 or 5 smaller meals will really help you stop bloating and be able to digest your food better. All right, tip number 6, no, 5? I think 5. Tip number 5 is to eat dinner early. So try to eat dinner about 3 hours before you'll go to sleep. So this really helps to allow your body to digest before you go to sleep, and you don't wake up with a full stomach. Your body is busy doing so many other things when we're sleeping. We're healing our cells, actually releasing toxins. All of your organ systems are working to replenish you for the next day. So eating dinner early allows your body to digest before you go to sleep, so that you're not busy digesting at night. Your food will be more effectively digested if you eat dinner a little bit early versus right before you go to bed. If you eat dinner early, you will definitely have less bloating in the morning than you would if you eat dinner later at night. Tip number 6 is cooking your food. So if you're somebody who eats a big salad and then you start to feel a little bit bloating, cramping, that's totally okay. Big salads work for some people and they don't work for other people. So when I was going through a lot with my IBS, I used to cook everything. I would steam all my veggies, I would saute all my salads in a little bit of avocado oil, and actually this really worked well for me. It really eliminated my bloating and helped me digest the food better. And I know this, not to be TMI, but I would see undigested food when I would go to the bathroom. So if you're seeing this, you know that something is a little bit off with your digestion right now, and it could be really helpful to start cooking your food versus trying to eat all this raw food, which is harder for your body to digest. The last tip I want to share with you is the most important tip for gut health, more important than going out and buying an expensive probiotic or anything like that, but eating a variety of fruits and vegetables is essential. So I talk about this in my other video, how to eat for immune health. Eating a variety of fruits and vegetables means eating a variety of fibers, and all of these different fibers help to feed all the different microbes in our guts. And so you want to have a variety of microbes to help you digest your food, help you absorb the nutrients from your food, and prevent you from feeling bloated, which is most of the time due to a lack of digestion. Just one more note on probiotics. In my opinion, there's not a ton of research on if probiotics are really effective or not. So I take one probiotic, I talk about it on my Instagram, Zucchini Who. Totally not sponsored, but I truly have used this probiotic for years. It's a women's health probiotic, and it uses 2 strains which are clinically tested to improve women's health and vaginal flora. But that's a topic for another video, so we'll definitely get more into that in a future video. However, I do think that taking a probiotic isn't necessary to have a healthy gut, especially because supplements are not regulated. You can buy a supplement and it can have absolutely nothing of what it says is going to be in there. So it's really important when you're buying supplements to look for NSF or USP certified supplements. But yeah, eating a variety of fruits and vegetables is the best way to nourish your gut. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe so you stay updated for future videos. I'll be releasing science-backed nutrition information as well as health tips every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to comment down below any nutrition questions that you have for a future nutrition question and answer video. And I'll see you next week.